There have been several reports of Velociraptor sightings in Alaska. It was a crisp morning in late December when the first report came in. The call was a quiet one, a farmer who lived near the outskirts of Fairbanks. At first, it sounded like a prank. The farmer, his voice shaking with disbelief, described a creature moving through the snow-covered forest near his property. Fast, agile, and far too large to be any known animal in the region. He called it a giant bird with long claws. But when the dispatcher asked him to clarify, the farmer's description became chillingly precise. The farmer said it was a velociraptor. The dispatcher laughed, dismissing it as a joke, but she couldn't shake the uneasy feeling in her gut. Hours later, another call came in. This time, it wasn't a farmer, but a group of hikers who had been exploring a remote trail near Denali National Park. The same description: quick, predator-like, and covered in feathers. They had thought it was a trick of the mind at first, the fatigue from their journey playing with their senses. But the strange creature had appeared again and again, always in the distance, watching them with eyes that glowed faintly in the dim light of the early afternoon. When the third report came in, authorities could no longer ignore it. All of them were too similar, each recounting sightings of an agile, dinosaur-like creature in the wilds of Alaska. It was impossible, yet undeniable. The police contacted scientists at the University of Alaska, and a team of experts was quickly assembled to investigate. Among the team was Dr. Emma Reed, a paleontologist who specialized in extinct species. She'd spent her career studying the fossils of ancient creatures, including the Velociraptor, known primarily from the fossil record as a small, highly intelligent carnivorous dinosaur. The species had gone extinct millions of years ago, so it was impossible for one to exist in the modern world. Or was it? As the team hiked deeper into the Alaskan wilderness, it became clear that something was amiss. Snow tracks the size of a large dog, almost identical to those of a raptor, had been found near the area of the first sighting. The tracks seemed to belong to a creature that was both a hunter and a survivor, perfectly adapted to the harsh conditions of the frozen north. Nightfall brought with it an eerie silence. The temperature plummeted as they set up camp in a clearing near the tracks. The forest around them seemed to hold its breath, and the wind was too still, too quiet. It was then that they heard it. A shrill, piercing cry echoed through the trees, the unmistakable sound of something, someone, hunting. The hairs on the back of Emma's neck stood up as she grabbed her flashlight and scanned the darkened forest. Something large moved in the distance, a silhouette slipping between the trees faster than she could track with the light. They had found it. Emma motioned for her team to stay low as they followed the sounds. As they rounded a bend in the trail, they came upon a clearing, and there, standing at the edge, was the creature, the Velociraptor, or something that resembled it. It was far larger than its prehistoric cousins, standing nearly 6 feet tall, with muscles rippling beneath its feathered body. Its eyes glowed with an unnatural intelligence, and the claws on its feet were as sharp as knives, gleaming in the moonlight. Despite its size, it moved with eerie fluidity, its head tilting curiously as it caught sight of the humans. Emma's heart raced. It was impossible, yet there it was. Then, in a shocking moment of clarity, she realized the truth. This creature wasn't a time traveler or a lost fossil from millions of years ago. It was something else entirely, a product of nature's persistence. The harsh winters of Alaska, its isolation, and its unique ecosystem had created a place where life had evolved in ways no one had ever expected. It was an ancient predator, surviving, thriving, hidden away from the world for centuries. But the question remained, how had it managed to stay hidden for so long? Was this an isolated incident, or had these creatures been living alongside humans for years without anyone noticing? As the creature's gaze locked onto hers, Emma had a choice to make: to capture the creature for study, to expose it to the world, or to let it remain in the shadows, protecting its place in the wilderness, a secret of the past that had somehow slipped into the present. But as the Velociraptor took one last look at the group, it vanished into the wilderness with a speed and grace that no human could match, leaving them standing there in stunned silence, pondering a mystery that could change everything they knew about the world. The reports would continue, sightings would multiply, and the world would begin to ask, how many velociraptors are out there in the wild? And what other secrets lie buried beneath Alaska's endless snow? What do you think? Do you believe there's more to these velociraptor sightings than meets the eye? Have you heard any similar stories from the wilds of Alaska or other remote regions? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you're fascinated by this mysterious world where the past meets the present, make sure to subscribe for more stories and updates on the latest unexplained phenomena. Stay tuned for what's coming next.